Hey everybody, welcome back. I am the Gerbil, and we got some big news today. Um, I sadly have not had a lot of opportunity to dive into it. I have been breaking myself, moving all day long, and just started to settle down in my new office, which is still under construction. But anyway, let's talk about the news. So no, the news is not that the July calendar has been previewed. Noteworthy is Talia is the monthly character, and that's probably important because if you haven't heard yet, then you will be hearing, because this is all everyone's going to talk about for a while, that over the last 12 to 16 hours, give or take, so a game was dropped, a puzzle game was dropped by Capital Games, and a bunch of really brilliant people over at the SWGOH events Discord were able to break, I don't know if it's all the puzzle or some of it. Like I said, I haven't been able to keep up yet, but what they were able to discover is Galactic Legend AHSOKA Tano is coming. This is no longer in dispute. The next GL is AHSOKA Tano. Now, I know how excited some people are, and I know how bummed other people are. So I want to talk real quick about that. So I've engaged in a lot of conversation with people saying, like, galactic legends should be characters that are galactically prominent. And people have said, like, you know, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren was galactically prominent because he led the First Order, or at least was one of the leaders, maybe not Snoke, but hey. Emperor Palpatine probably should have been a galactic legend, right? Luke, who piloted the Xbox, yes, the X-Wing that blew up the Death Star, and was, you know, a significant member of the Rebel Alliance, probably a galactic legend. You know, you could probably go to most planets and people at least may have heard the legends of. Jabba the Hutt, ironically, actually should not by that same token, because he was basically a smuggler, a drug dealer, a Hutt. There were many Hutts. His fiefdom was just a small area in reality, not galactically known. I mean, how many of you can name the leader of the drug cartel in your city? But that like leads us to understanding how AHSOKA Tano becomes galactic legend, because we in the game community have been viewing this through the wrong set of tactical scanners. We have been looking into the galaxy of Star Wars. What we should have been looking at is the galaxy of reality. How many humans know, like, who Tarkin was? Very few. How many know who heir to the Empire Thrawn is in reality? Outside of our market, of our niche game market and the Star Wars community, like the people who watch all the YouTube videos like this and stuff, not a lot. But how many people know who Ahsoka is? A lot of young people do. A lot of young people do. And a lot of fans who grew up with the animated series. And it's a much broader range. So in terms of the modern day living galaxy of humans on Earth, she is really well known. And while you may love or hate the show, the reality is, for a show that came out less than a year ago, or roughly a year ago, it already has 117,000 stars on IMDb. That is huge. That is money. That is audience growth. That is galactic legend. So it also, Ahsoka says a lot more for the game than just bring in, honestly, yes, a fan favorite character, but like we already have 3 iterations, right? We got Ahsoka, we've got Commander Ahsoka, we've got Fulcrum Ahsoka, now we're going to have Galactic Legend Ahsoka. And I know a lot of people were really hoping we get Grand Admiral Thrawn, or not even Grand Admiral, just heir to the Empire Admiral Thrawn. I think that's still probably coming. But the reality is the TV show Ahsoka was a smashing success for Disney's bottom line and the Disney Plus service, and the franchise is not going away, and it was chock full of really cool characters. The first of which was also spoiled today, right here, Night Trooper. So we are absolutely now confirmed getting Night Trooper. So this one I think is really cool, and I think that this is not going to be the last Trooper or Imperial Remnant we're going to get, because see, when we got Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, before him we had two distinctive Imperial Trooper teams. We had Iden, we had Veers. When Dark Trooper Moff came, well, that shook things up a little bit. Moff Gideon tended to go with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. Stormtrooper, who most people used with Iden, was pulled out to go, you guessed it, with Dark Trooper. And that kind of left a hole, actually, in both of those squads. This potentially fixes it. But I don't think, brothers and sisters, that this guy is necessarily going to fix it. I think he'll be a remnant, an Imperial remnant. I also suspect he's going to be a Night Sister. Why? Let's go back in time to the first thing I said. The July calendar character is Talia. Night Sister. And we recently got the Night Sister bundle, Lightspeed bundles, right? Lightspeed bundle. We also just got the Galactic Republic one, right? With like Qui-Gon, Imagundi, Eth Koth. That may be really important, and I'm going to show you why. Not even just for Naboo Raid, but I think that's going to be really important. So we've got Night Trooper, we've got Talia, we've got Galactic Legend Ahsoka. I lost the name. Who else are we likely to get? Now remember, Leia had 4 marquee characters. Jabba had, I believe, 3, maybe 4. I think 4 is the standard going forward. We may get 5 with this one, because at the end of the day, new characters are all about money. It's making capital for capital games. So who else are we going to get? Well, this is the Ahsoka cast right here. Obviously, we got Ahsoka. I think that it would be impossible to get Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano without lifter character Hu Yang. And I'm sorry, Hu Yang was probably one of the best characters in that show. So they may reserve Hu Yang for like a conquest character down the road or something. But I also would point out that this year they have been on a tear with light side characters. We got 5 Gungans, we got Queen Amidala, we got Padawan Obi-Wan, we got Master Qui-Gon, we got Rail, Luthen Rail. That's 9 light side characters consecutively. It is past due time for more dark characters, which Galactic Legend light side, Ahsoka. So who's going to come? Well, if it's not going to be Hu Yang, who else are we going to get? I'm suspecting we're going to get Shin, we're going to get Morgan Elsbeth, and we're going to get our brother Balin. Where is he? Balin. Oh, where is Balin? How is he not listed here? IMDb, there he is, Balin Skull. I think these 2 characters are absolutely coming. And you know what would be really interesting? If you really paid attention to the show, Balin is not Darkseid. Shin is not Darkseid. They did dark things, but they're not Darkseid. I think that they could very well be neutral. And wouldn't it be interesting if Ahsoka Tano herself is neutral? Now, I don't think it's going to happen, because I think she is clearly light side, but she may have neutral synergies. I'm hoping for that. And I'm hoping we get more neutral characters. And I think that Balin would definitely be neutral. I think that Shin would be neutral. Now, are we going to get a new Hera, Sabine, and Force-sensitive Sabine, a new General Hera, and maybe a new, like, I don't need my lightsaber Ezra? Possibly. Probably. But I think that before that, we're going to get Morgan Elsbeth, more Night Sister love. We're going to get, obviously, Night Trooper, and then I think we're going to get Shin and Balin. Those would be my top 4 expectations, and that's going to give us more Night Sister love by 2 potential characters, or you could, of course, plug this one in, very likely, into an Imperial Remnant team, but I think it's going to be Night Sister. I really do think it's going to be Night Sister. So, who else is coming? I don't know. I haven't had time, excuse me, to really dive deep into this, but I'll tell you how you can if you want to on your own some. So over at SWGOH.GG, where is the link? Here it is. Here's the player relic data. So you go up here to units, you go to characters, player data. These are all the relic characters currently in game. And if you take all that, you copy, you paste it, you throw it in Excel, you gotta do some formatting on it, you can actually sum up all of the most and least relic characters in game. It says we've got 325,000 relic Darth Vaders in the game. I'm certain that used to be higher at 500. That's okay. The point is, the higher they are in this list, the less monetization opportunity there is for the character in capital games. So we got to scroll down to the bottom. Who has not been geared up? There we go. Obviously Luthen. Not available yet. But then if we go on, who are you going to look for? You're going to look for Jedi. You're going to look for Galactic Republic. You're going to look for possibly Rebel, but unlikely. So Jedi, okay. Least character. This is why Guardian is in the Naboo raid. Hoth Soldier, very unlikely. Corsican Underworld Police, possibly. Sentinel Pro Droid, maybe. I'm a Gundy, possibly. Naboo raid. Masha Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi, definite possibilities. Clone War Chewbacca, possibility. Jedi Consular, possibility. Tarful, it's possible. I think that one's possible. Obviously, Gungans, no, probably not. But the point is, you can come down here and you can see very quickly at the bottom of this list, these are the least geared characters in game. This is why they're showing up in the Naboo raid. Oops, hey, that's links. I didn't want links. This is why they're showing up in the Naboo raid right here. Not Bodhi. I'm a Gundy. Both of the newbies, Consular, because they want us to gear. They want us to invest in them. Take it to that Relic 9 for the new phase, right? Woohoo! They're also possibly characters that may be expected for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. Also because like Consular, Padawan, Qui-Gon, Guardian, they're not really needed for anyone else in game. Yeah, not really, right? Magna Trooper, unlikely. You can go on in here, probably go up to the top 100 characters, and more, you'll find the characters that they're undergeared, right? That's where the money is. So, folks, that's all I really got time for today. I know maybe that's not a lot. I think it's awesome that we're getting Ahsoka Tano. I really, really do. I teach middle and high school design in an international school with international students from all over the world. And my students today, they do not know who Darth Vader is. They do not know who Luke Skywalker is. Seriously, they do know who Ahsoka is. They do know who Rey is. Kylo Ren. They do know the newer generation of characters. So this character is an excellent pick to pull in new people, newbies to crush on the holotables. Haha. Anyway, folks, stay tuned. I'll post more as I go. I'll get some time. I'll properly analyze this. I'll break it down. I'll try to figure out who's most likely. You know, right? Kelleran Beck is a definite possibility. And who knows? Maybe there will be more data mine drops soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry this one wasn't spectacular, but I'm excited. Hope you are too. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.